Hello, and welcome to News Scope Daily TV, your daily source for in-depth political and geopolitical analysis from around the world. Today, we dive into a major diplomatic crisis shaking the international stage, relations between the United States and South Africa, now at their lowest level in decades. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video to stay updated on global news in real time. A new ambassador in a volatile context. At the center of this diplomatic tension, a new figure has entered the scene. Leo Bren Posel III, recently appointed ambassador by the Trump administration, arrived in Pretoria on February 16th. At 70 years old, Posel is a conservative media activist and founder of the Media Research Center, a group monitoring U.S. media coverage. Historically, Posel opposed U.S. engagement with the ANC during the Cold War, citing fears of Soviet influence. However, he has also spoken positively about Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first post-apartheid president, showing a certain balance in his historical perspective on the country. According to U.S. officials, Posel is now waiting to present his credentials to President Cyril Ramaphosa, which will officially mark the start of his tenure. His arrival comes after months of diplomatic friction, during which South Africa had no ambassador in Washington following the expulsion of the previous envoy by the Trump administration in 2025. Trade and political tensions. Several factors have contributed to the deterioration of relations. Trade disputes. The Trump administration reportedly imposed tariffs of up to 30% on some South African exports, affecting key sectors such as agriculture, textiles, and automobiles. Pretoria is still negotiating to ease these measures. Diverging foreign policies. South Africa has signed a duty-free trade agreement with China, its largest trading partner, while the United States remains its second largest partner and the largest on the African continent. International diplomatic incidents. The U.S. boycott of the G20 summit in Johannesburg, accusing Pretoria of pursuing an anti-American foreign policy, highlights ongoing friction. The United States has also indicated that South Africa will not be invited to the next summit hosted in Washington. Hot-button issues on the table. One of the most contentious issues is South Africa's case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, launched in 2023. Pretoria accuses Israel of violating the Genocide Convention during its military campaign in Gaza. Posel has made it clear to U.S. senators that he would push South Africa to drop the case, calling Pretoria's initiative an injustice and making it a top priority for the U.S. administration. Another point of tension concerns the U.S. refugee program for Afrikaners. Washington claims some white South Africans face discrimination and offers potential refugee status. Pretoria denies any systemic persecution but has not officially blocked the program. Posel also expressed concerns about South Africa's growing ties with Russia, China, and Iran, signaling a possible drift from its traditional non-alignment policy, reinforcing Washington's sense of vigilance, regional and global impacts. With these trade, political, and legal tensions, Posel's arrival marks a crucial moment for relations between Washington and Africa's largest economy. His ability to either ease or harden positions could define the future of U.S.-South African relations for years to come. Beyond Pretoria and Washington, these tensions have far-reaching implications for Africa and global geopolitics as regional alliances, trade flows, and strategic balances could be reshaped depending on the outcomes of these diplomatic negotiations and confrontations. Final analysis. A test for U.S. diplomacy. Posel's arrival represents a real test for American diplomacy. With heightened tensions, international legal battles, and economic rivalries on the table, his post is one of the most sensitive on the African continent. The question remains, will Washington succeed in stabilizing its relationship with South Africa, or will it contribute to a lasting rift? Observers worldwide will be watching closely as the next diplomatic steps unfold, potentially shaping regional and global politics for years to come. That concludes our detailed analysis of the tumultuous relationship between the United States and South Africa. If you want to stay informed on global affairs and receive our in-depth analysis, don't forget to subscribe to News Scope Daily TV like this video and share it with your friends and colleagues. Stay tuned for our next editions because international history continues to unfold right before our eyes.